Greetings, fellow artistes, and welcome to another episode of You Saw It, Now Draw It. I am Scott Gabala Broxome, and I'm a children's illustrator, author, and caricaturist. And today we're going to draw a shark, specifically a sand tiger shark, I believe. So get your paper and pencils ready, and erasers, and here we go. Some of the facts about sharks that I discovered. Sharks have excellent vision and hearing, and their sense of smell is 10,000 times stronger than humans. Sharks have been on Earth for at least 420 million years, and they don't have bones. Instead, they have cartilage, kind of like what we have for our ears and our noses. Their entire body is cartilage. Even their mouth, their teeth, which is a harder substance, but it's still not bones. Okay, let's begin. Now, first thing we have to look for, as you know, are the shapes. All right, we start with the shapes, and then we're going to add those wonderful details. So if we're going to do this shark, what we're going to do is start with the body. All right, we're going to forget about the fins for a second and just focus on the shape of the shark. And sometimes when you're drawing pictures, if it's hard to take out the details first, if you fuzz up your eyes, kind of blur them up a little bit, that'll force you to see just the shapes to start with. In this case, it's kind of like almost like a football that you could stretch out. But it's a football that kind of curves up a little bit in the end. I'll show you what I mean. On our paper here, what we're going to do is we're going to draw, we're going to go up and down, kind of like this. We're going to turn around and we're going to bring it down like this and up like that. So I guess maybe not quite a football, but maybe like a pancake that's flopping. But again, we're going to start here. We're going to go up a little bit. We're going to come down. We're going to stop and turn it around. And we're going to bring it down like this and around. Okay. Once you get that first shape in, and if yours is a little bit wider or thinner or whatever, don't worry about it. Okay, that's your way of seeing what I'm doing. Sharks come in different sizes and shapes too. All right, let's start with the fun part here, the best part, which is going to be face here, the teeth, the eyes. What we're going to do is we're going to come down that nose, so down this bump just a little bit with your pencil, and we're going to bring it over like this and down a little bit like that. Okay, come down the nose a bit, come over like this and down just a little bit. Then we're going to come back up that line a little bit, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring a slightly slanted line like this back to the front. Then, once you've done that, we're going to come up above here, and I see what kind of looks like, it's right above here, we're going to draw a little letter V. Do you see that V right there? Which is going to be where the nostril is. Then we're going to move over a little bit, come up a little bit, move over, and right about here, we're going to draw a little circle like that. And inside the circle, I want you to put a little dot like that. Once you've done that, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a line that comes out and back like that. And there's a fainter one that comes down like this and back like this. Kind of like two sideways letter V's. Okay, we'll wait for the teeth a little bit here. Let's move on. Actually, let's move on to the back, the other end here. Now what we're going to do right here, which is essentially this part right here, is what we rounded off. We're going to come back in a little bit here. What we're going to do is we're going to take our pencil, we're going to go up just a little bit. I'm putting a little tiny diagonal line, and then we're going to come up like this and stop. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come back down here, or move over a little bit here underneath, and what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line that comes out at a diagonal like this and stop. Then we're going to connect the two, of course, and what we're going to do is there's a big curved line here and a little bit smaller here. So if we go to the top here, and actually it kind of looks like it goes around and back, a little tiny piece up there. What we're going to do is we're going to come out and then in and back again and round it off. So this is the bigger one and this is the little one right there. Then what we're going to do is we'll come back up to the middle of the shark, right about the middle. We're going to come right up above. What we're going to do is take your pencil and we're going to draw a diagonal line that comes up, turn it around a little bit, and come down again for that famous top fin there on sharks. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go from that fin we just drew to the tail. We're going to go back here. It's about halfway. About halfway between them, and put a little dot there, which is what it's going to start there for the back fin. We're going to come up and we're going to come back again like that. I think I made it a little bit too short here. Let's come up just a little bit more here and then bring it back. There we go. And what we're going to do is we'll skip down here, but this fin is a little farther back than that one, isn't it? So what we're going to do is we're going to move a little bit farther over here, and we're going to do sort of a mirror image of it. Come down and back up like that. Then we're going to move over a little bit, and it's kind of like between these two top fins, if you go underneath, that's about where this next fin is, isn't it? So right about here, we're going to bring another diagonal line down, turn it around, and bring it back up. Then we're going to put one more fin in here, the front one. So what we're going to do is, if this is our top fin here, right about, measuring it with my fingers here, actually right about halfway, right about here, halfway between this fin and the front of the nose, we're going to come up a little bit, and what we're going to draw here is a backward C, a little backward C. That's this part of the fin right here. When you have a little backward C there, what we're going to do is in the bottom of the C, we're going to bring a line down like this, over a little bit and stop. We're going to curve it back up like this. And then, we're not going to go to the C, we're going to make a shorter one that comes up like that. I don't know if you can see that, but it goes like this before it connects to the body. So actually, if we connect this, and we could do this, connect those like that. So from that backward C, a diagonal line coming around, another slightly curved line up, a shorter one, and then we connect them. And obviously right here, take your eraser and erase this part of the line on the body so it looks like the fin is coming out. Well, we're almost there. We can actually, let's add one more thing, which are these gills. And I believe there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. I don't know if there's a sixth one there. But anyway, what we're going to do is right next to this fin, we're going to draw a line up like this, kind of like a number 1. We're going to curve it around like that to the right. We'll bring a little curved bottom to the bottom there as well. Then what we'll do is, about the same space between them, we're going to draw 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, 5 of the gills right there. Okay, let's add some teeth, one of the best parts. And what we've got in here, obviously teeth are like thin letter V's, so we'll put in some V's. In this case, they're not, there's a little space between them. I found out that sharks actually have 2 rows of teeth. And when the front ones fall out, the back ones kind of move in its place. Let's add some more down here. Okay. And then, to add some of the details, what I see here on the nose, all right, let's go to this nose here. What we're going to do is we're going to take our pencil, we're going to draw a line across above that V nose. We're going to go a little lower. This is what I'm doing here. Then we're going to bring it across like this, bring it down here, right about where the level of the mouth, the corner of the mouth is. Then we're going to bring it over to the gills, move it down a little bit more till we touch the fin. This is kind of a wiggly line, isn't it? So we kind of wiggle it over here to the other one. And actually what I see here, I didn't do. If you want, let's bring this fin up and back like that. See how it kind of comes up and over like that. And then we could just bring this right to the back of the tail. There is another line going across here. And here we're actually going to start right up at the tail, and very lightly we're going to bring a line down like this, and we'll bring it up and we'll stop about here where the fin, that middle top fin is. You can also take your eraser and erase a little bit of this going into the tail. And then it's just the details. What I'm seeing here, there's a few spots. I see a little spot here, 1, there's another one underneath it, 2, 3, 4. You could put your own little spots in a few places. There's a couple more over here. And then, let's see, to finish it off, let's add, I know this isn't coming out of the mouth, but see the bubbles coming up? Let's add some bubbles. I'm going to make them a little different than what I see here. There's sort of a clump of bubbles here. Let's add a few like this, bigger and smaller, going up to the top. And if you want the shark to look as if it's speeding through the water, something that artists call speed lines, you could take your pencil, and let's try this fin at the bottom here. Put a few lines going like this. They're not touching. Maybe a few going up on the top here. You could add a few here, maybe at the back. And that looks like the shark is swimming through the water, doesn't it? Well, how did you do? I bet you did a tremendous job. So, until next time, keep on sketching and draw some awesome pictures.